Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the week. It's PALracing Tuesday. It's the first points race of Season 4, the Buckeye Supremacy 188 from Michigan Speedway. And for a new thing, joining us for Season 4 in the booth is the CEO of Madewell Vintage, Thomas Madewell, a.k.a. Zippy. Joins me as the co-host for Player Advanced League's iRacing series. You may know him from the Counter-Strike side, but Zippy, you ready for some 94 laps at Michigan?
Man, I cannot tell you how long I've been waiting for this. The 87s race is fun, don't get me wrong. I love watching the big crashes, and we had more than a few, but this is the real racing. We are here. We are in the points. We are ready. I am ready. Noah, are you ready for Michigan?
I'm so ready, and you know who is ready? On the pole, the man who picked up his first career win after 3 seasons of competing in Player Advanced League, Greg Jodian, the number 19 machine. We're going to go ahead and get a word from him, get him up into the booth. Hey, Greg, this is Noah in the booth. You got a copy?
Got a copy.
Well, Greg, you went ahead and set quick time. We knew you were going to be quick. At all the practice races, you were up front. You got a fast hot rod. Now, some of your competitors may be saying you might burn off your tires a little bit too quick. What do you got to say to them? And do you think you got a good shot at winning here tonight at Michigan?
Yeah, I think we got a fair shot. I mean, we've throughout the practice races, I mean, we've been super fast, and you know, everybody's going to wear these tires out on this hot track. I think these hotter temperatures here tonight could actually play to my strengths. I can typically drive a car off the right rear pretty well. I think as long as I don't hang it out too hard, I might just have a chance of saving enough tire to stay in it.
Well, Greg, we look forward to seeing you go out here and pick up where you left off last season, get yourself another win, continue to add to that tally mark. Now we see a little team shakeup. You're part of Asphalt Assassins. WBR has signed a lot of drivers in the offseason. What do you expect out of your new teammates? And can you also make sure that Aaron did make us a second pace lap?
Yes, I will. I will reach out to Aaron and get a hold of him for that. But yes, I think Asphalt Assassins, we're going to be fast here this season. Proud to be under the WBR banner and proud to put it on pole here and start the weekend out strong this way.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Greg. Continue.
Greg, we've got a hot track here, and I know we talked about tire saving here, so I kind of want you to talk a little bit about your strategy when it comes to keeping those guys behind you. Are you going to let them around you? Are you going to try to stay up front as long as you can, or are you going to kind of hold back and wait for the end?
I think I'm going to try and establish position up front early, and just hold them back there as best as I can without burning the tires off, I think.
Alrighty, Greg, we're going to send you back down, buddy. Have a good race, and we'll see you soon, maybe.
I hope so.
We're going to send Greg back down, and something we got to take a look at, Zippy. This top 5, Greg Jodian, Pete Tart, Jacob Pettit, Daniel Honeycutt making his return for a full-time season with your logo on the car, and Aiden Gould, last season's champion, in the top 5. But what are some fast guys we don't see up here?
Yeah, no, just real quick, I want to say I'm super excited about Daniel Honeycutt with my logo on his car. I want to see that thing up front all season. I mean, the first thing we got to bring up is Douglas Henry. What are we doing back here in the 19? Is this a strategy? Did he make a mistake? We didn't get to see his qualifying lap, sadly. This is unexpected.
Alrighty, well, as our cars here at Michigan go through turns 1 and 2 into the backstretch, we get oh so close to our go time music. Greg Jodian, Pete Tart, Jacob Pettit, Daniel Honeycutt, Aiden Gould, Jacob Blakely, a rookie, Jacob Licia, Joe Houston, Eric Gonzalez, Spencer Burton make up your top 10. And as they roll into the backstretch, entering turns 3 and 4, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your go time music. Season 4, $1,100 on the line, $20 to win tonight. 6 rookies in the field, 28 cars for the inaugural race of Season 4. The clash was epic, but now we're back in the Xfinity car. 94 laps, and the track is hot. Greg Jodiet will lead them to the stripe. Ladies and gentlemen, Player Advancement iRacing Series is back! And as they come out of turn 4, Greg Jodiet will go to the lead. He has Pete Tart in tow, followed by Jacob Pettit and Daniel Honeycutt. Aiden Gould to the inside of Honeycutt. Look at that 4th position. As these tires are still a little bit cold, it's a great opportunity to grab some position zippy early before you got to go into tire save mode. You can already see it getting diced up. Top 10 right now. Spencer Burton trying to run down Joe Huser for the 9th position. Matthew Legatt and Michael Alfaro just in their wake. And look at Jake Hare, P13. If there was an award for most improved driver, I think it could already go to the 48. Now we got to wait for later in the season. But Jake Hare is having one whale of a time. I see Luke Chadwick brush the wall and exit. Well, now Jacob Alicia seems to be just on the outside in terms of speed. But I think we'll see him there at the end. But there are a lot of guys that put in a lot of practice to be quicker than him for the Michigan return. He's currently battling Eric Gonzalez. Last season, Eric picked up his first career win as a rookie. Oh, and they touch! Eric Gonzalez doors Jacob Alicia. Tight out for the corner. That's going to hurt Alicia's speed. And that brand new Winter Fresh Juicy Fruit number 31. Switching the colors from red to green to gold to blue. As Pete Tart now pulls up to the rear bumper of Greg Jodiet and begins to look to the inside. 13 laps into this race, we're going to see the first attempt for a pass for the lead, and Pete Tart throws a little bit of a slider, and deep. Pettit will actually follow. And the 17-year-old out of California, his first race in PALracing, he was just 15 years old in Season 1. Looks to lead his first lap of Season 4. Greg Jodiet will try to overtake him back here at the exit of the straightaway, and he will try the bottom line now. Pettit goes back up to the top.
As we see this exit of this turn here, I really want to watch. I've been seeing a lot of these guys. It's starting to show how slick this track is. I mean, a lot of these guys are touching the wall on exit. And we touched on it every practice race, every meeting that we've had.
We got a yellow flag. I think it might have been Josh Powerzana's. That's where our incident report is from. He's already off the track. He's blinking out really bad, but we have a replay. Zippy, let's take a look. What happened to the number 5 machine? We were just talking about him. This is Josh Powerzana's. Oh, cold tires are cold on those new tires. We see him sideways off the corner, spins, tries to correct it, getting it stopped. I think what throws the yellow here is him stopping to tow the car. But that is an odd way to pull the yellow flag. Normally, if you're down off the apron, it doesn't pull the yellow. Here we go. This is our pit road exit cam. Let's see who enters first. Pete Tart came in first. Greg Jodiet launches with him. Pete might have got him right at the cone. Pettit, Gould, Honeycutt, Legatt, Eric Gonzalez, Joe Houston, Blakely, Doug. And the rest of the field follows. So yeah, I can see Jacob Alicia still on pit road fixing damage. Pete, this is Noah in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy. How's it going, Noah?
Well, Pete, look at you, buddy. Flipper One Motorsport on your jersey, getting signed by Legatt Gould Racing from coast to coast. You and Samuel Carter come on to join that organization. We saw you go up there, take the lead from Greg Jodiet. What's the strategy now? Are you going to try to extend your lead? Are you worried about saving tire? Where is your head at?
Well, originally, if it went green, I thought this would have been more of a fuel race, but after that caution in kind of an awkward spot, I think it's going to more look a little less tire saving, but definitely still keeping the things from, you know.
Yep. Well, we also got to shout out, Pete. You, as well as some of your awesome family members, have contributed to Season 4's prize pool. Do you want to shout them out?
Yeah, I'll shout out my grandma, Nona, and my mom for contributing.
Shout out
Grandma
Tart and Jody Tart for contributing to today's prize pool. Thank you so much, Pete. We're going to send you back down.
Thank you, Noah.
So here we go. As we get into the restart, we got Pete Tart, Greg Jody, Jacob Pettit, Aiden Gould, and Daniel Honeycutt in your top 5.
Ooh, we see Eric Gonzalez to the back bumper. Daniel Honeycutt. Daniel did not get a good launch. And look at Eric Gonzalez. Oh, we got a spin. Jacob Blakely, Douglas Henry. More involved. Michael Brooks. I think that's Aaron Warren, who just got shipped down to the inside wall. Luke Chadwick may have been involved as well.
Through the whole pack there.
Well, we were given information that Jacob Blakely was blinking. Maybe that was the root of this. Let's take a look at the replay. Restart zone, Jacob Blakely, 36, Gibson. Blinks out. I'm assuming the wreck might happen when he blinks back in. Oh, and then all of us, okay, let's jump. We're going to have to look manually because we don't get an incident report. Let's see if we can try to grab Douglas Henry here and look at it from his perspective. Go back here. Yeah, I think that might have been what it was. Jacob Blakely blinks out. I'm assuming he goes up in front of Doug. Oh, Doug hits him, and he's not even back on his screen. Raymond Wimmer contact. Aaron Warren. Michael Brooks at the back of Doug. Everybody else locking it down. And due to the poor internet of Jacob Blakely, takes out. I don't know if he quite took out some cars, but some fast guys with damage. Douglas Henry, I don't think he's going to be happy about that one. A poor qualifying effort put him back there. Big rear end damage from Michael Brooks. He has big front end damage. Aaron Warren hit the inside wall. Look at that right front, knocked out of tow. And I think there's going to be some people not happy with Jacob Blakely after that one. You know, it's not quite his fault more than it's the internet's, but he blinked out and drove to the top of the track, and Douglas Henry didn't even know he was there, made contact before he blinked back in. And I saw Blakely blinking out multiple times during that entire event. There he is. There's his car out of tow. Pete Tart, Greg Jody at Jacob Pettit, Aiden Gould, Matthew Legat, Daniel Honeycutt, Joe Houston, Eric Gonzalez, Spencer Burton, and rookie John Dautel make up your top 10 through the restart zone. Pete Tart in command, and away we go. Greg Jody at hard right. Cold tires are cold, but when the track is hot, it is as slippery. He will jump to the outside, but retains the lead. And look at Aiden Gould. He looks to the inside, and Jacob Pettit, I think, just shut the door on him. Through turns 1 and 2, you're going to see these guys get 3-4 wide. Off the corner, Eric Gonzalez, back bumper, and Daniel Honeycutt gets it to the wall right in front of teammate, and that 20 car is Spencer Burton. And look at Joe Houston in the 3 machine. He's trying to get into this battle. Grab positions while you can.
Pettit got into the wall as well. Lost some pace there after Daniel Honeycutt gets in the wall and still overtakes him for 3rd.
Oh, Legat and teammate Gonzalez almost make contact. Legat goes up, or actually Eric comes up and gets a little bit of his left rear. That's going to be brought up in the team meeting, I'm sure, but right now Daniel Honeycutt moves into the 3rd position. Greg Jody at Pete Tart, 1 and 2. Off the wall, I saw another car back there getting to the wall. I think that was the 38 of Gordon Spain inside the top 5 with Pettit battling. And maybe we settle in for a nice long green flag. Run! No! Pettit turns Legat. Gets spun by Spencer. Houston makes it through. Legatta's turn on the straightaway. Pettit saved it. Oh my gosh, Zippy. Commentator curse.
That is a great job by those guys in the back.
Oh yes, Matthew
Right
Legat.
as soon as you said it, we see the spin too. And it's not the guy that you thought was going to get spin either.
No.
I think Pettit came down, didn't he?
Pettit off the wall, a little sideways. Ooh, yeah, Legat really. Oh, Legat just goes all the way up the track into him. Hold on. Look at the save out of Pettit. As Legat gets turned by Spencer Burton, his teammate. Kind of finished off. Look at Aiden. Is there nose contact? Yes, contact with the 51, but look at that save out of Pettit.
Are we going to see guys come in for gas here?
Absolutely topping off fuel. I don't think you come in for tires yet. Now, Some guys in the back may have taken tires, but I think most of them should have topped off with fuel. Right now, Daniel Honeycutt did go down pit road, as well as Gordon Spain, Joe Houston, Luke Chadwick, Davion Haskins, Jacob Alicia, Gary Smoke, John Dotel, John Schoenbachler, Douglas Henry, Gordon Larson, Wyatt Hutchins, Jake Hare, Spencer Burton, Matthew Glad on pit road fixing damage. So all those names I just listed did go down pit road. Now, was it a top off fuel? Maybe there's a driver in the back that got fresh tires trying to get track position. Pete Tart has lost a race due to pit strategy before. Remember, Homestead had to go refill up that car. Jacob Alicia was fast that day. He had to go pit for fuel. This time he's one of the ones that takes extra. Green flag back out. Can we get through a normal restart? Pete Tart, Greg Jodiet side by side. Jacob Pettit, Aiden Gould, Eric Gonzalez, even with Michael Alfaro. Career high day for him this season right there in P6. Look at these guys fanned out. Off the corner, 3 wide for third. And Aiden Gould will move into that third position, followed by Eric Gonzalez, Jacob Pettit. And we still got 3 wide back here. I see Gordon Spain, Luke Chadwick, Jacob Alicia backs out of it. Daniel Nans, Lane Myers, Daniel Honeycutt looks up the inside. 3 wide on the exit of the corner. Daniel Nans in the middle, and that red, white, and blue M&M's machine. Daniel Honeycutt on the bottom. Lane Myers, Coors Light 28 on the top line. Look at Joey Houston. Almost contact, and Houston hang on to it. What a save out of Joe Houston. Michael Alfaro came up, doored him, ran him out of room. Actually, that was Daniel Honeycutt, excuse me.
It seems like every time Honeycutt gets touched, he moves faster. So I would just keep running, keep racing.
Aiden Gould just made the pass for the lead. I believe he just went 2 for 1. And now Greg Jodiet tries to battle back to the rear bumper of the 51. From the nose cam of Pop-Tart Pete. Gould and Honeycutt Gould and Greg side by side. Greg Jodiet will go through. Does Gould say, hey man, go burn up your tires. I'll let you get away because I'll reel you back in. But here comes Pete Tart. He will slide into that second position. And now teammate Eric Gonzalez of the trio here, second to fourth, trying to drive his way into the top 3. Daniel Nans, he says he thinks he could go full-time this season. We saw him make a couple of starts in Season 2. He made 1 or 2 at the end of Season 3, but here he is. The Candy Crew, I believe the 5th team for Warren Brothers Racing. Daniel Nans piloting the number 95. Don't get him confused with Aiden Gould. He has the red, white, and blue. He actually has some speed. He's top 10 right now. He is currently holding off P11 of Lane Myers, a rookie this season. He made his way into the feature race during the clash.
A wolf.
Oh.
A wolf.
A
Douglas
wolf.
Henry.
A wolf.
Racing his way back up. He's easily a top 5 driver in the league.
Oh, but he gets into Lane Myers. Lane Myers saves it. What a save. Oh my, that could have been bad. And Douglas Henry, as Lane Myers drops back as the Buckeye Supremacy. And here we go, pit stops, baby. Eric Gonzalez, Pete Tart into pit road. Greg Jodiet follows with Jacob Pettit. Michael Alfaro in as well. Now Aiden Gould will enter pit road. And that means Jacob Alicia will inherit the lead and will lead his first lap. And some more. And we're seeing some pit stops happen. Here we go. Jacob Alicia, your leader, enters pit road. During commercial, we saw Joe Houston also head down pit road. He's out now. But right now, your relative leader, Eric Gonzalez. Now, when I say relative leader, that means the driver who has the most recent set of tires furthest to the top of the leaderboard, which is Eric, part of that lap 20 crew. 1 career win, Season 3 Homestead. Looking to get another. I think he has the speed to do it. Now, I picked him to win Charlotte, the Crown Jewel race, here in 2 weeks, but who knows? Maybe tonight's his night.
Aiden Gould, he waited an extra lap, and here he is in third. 1 lap fresher tires than the 2 leaders. If he saves, he could be in the running for the win here.
1 lap makes a difference in this league. how tight these guys are, how great they are at saving. That might be enough to get Aiden Gould his first win of Season 4 in the first point race. Greg Jodiet just behind him. Jacob Pettit. Daniel Nans cycled out of pit road, still in the top 10, running 6th now. And Jacob Alicia, he's the first driver on that second cycle. Pete Tart is running him down 2/10 between them. You can see Eric, I think he's trying to put a little bit of defense up. He got really loose out of the corner. That scrubs the rear tires a little bit, but here comes Pete Tart looking to the inside, and I think he's going to get it with ease here in 3 and 4 unless Eric really tries to battle back. But we saw Eric save his tire, let Pete by, and ran him down earlier, so perhaps what we saw between Jacob Alicia and Aiden Gould in Season 2, we're going to see out of Eric Gonzalez and Pete Tart, but actually Eric will battle back. Aiden burnt up his tires quicker than Alicia. At the end of every run, Alicia would leapfrog him back and win the race. And now Eric, he wants to go for this lead here. Oh, sideways underneath Pete Tart. That's just the rear tires getting slick. Stays in the groove, gets up behind the 54. And Pete Tart returns to the lead, Zippy. His closest competitor right now is Jacob Pettit. Greg has gained right around a 10th every few laps. Sometimes. Oh, caution! Eric Gonzalez spinning may have had contact with Aiden Gould. Oh my gosh. This changes everything, Zippy. They get to use an extra set of tires on the wall. And Eric Gonzalez cannot be happy about that one. We don't know what happened. Again, iRacing screwing us over. No incident report with iOverlay. So we're going to have to look at it manually. Eric sideways in the corner. He just can't get to save the car. So he's in the middle of the track as Aiden is just not ready for it. Not really Aiden's fault. Eric just sideways, leaving Aiden nowhere to go. I don't think there's going to be hefty nose damage on the 51, but as everybody does a good job at avoiding.
This
like
is
you
just
said,
this is exactly what we were just talking about. This has been a career day for the commentator curse. This is exactly what I was talking about. These cars, they get slick. The track is slick. They get sideways on fresh tires. So this is exactly what I expected to see. Now, like I said, I want everybody in this pack to come in and refresh those tires. I want to see an exciting end to this race. I hate to say it, but man, it gets boring when they're on those split cycles. We've got guys throughout the whole track on every turn the whole time. Here we are. We're going to get everybody back into a group.
Okay, Zippy. As they exit pit road, we'll get a good idea at who's going to start where. Everybody getting their last set of tires. Look at Pete Tart just beats Honeycutt and Gould. Look at Leggett.
I wonder if Honeycutt two tires here.
If anybody's going to risk it, I think it's that 72 machine, which I think that's why you pay him. Is he's going to take that risk.
Look at him. He jumped up. He was back in the back end of the top 10, and he's taken P2 coming off of that pit cycle.
Absolutely took 2 tires there. Potentially Leggett as well. Zippy, do we see a wreck here on this restart? I don't know.
Let's hope not.
But it's Pete Tart, Aiden Gould, Daniel Honeycutt, Matthew Leggett, Jacob Pettit, Eric Gonzalez, Greg Jodiet, Gordon Spain, Jacob Alicia, Joe Houston, your top 10. Pete Tart in command. It's going to be a 15-lap shootout. Who is going to beat who? Pete Tart to the lead. Aiden Gould right there in his wake. Daniel Honeycutt on that top line with 2 tires. Leggett on the bottom with 2 tires. It's all or nothing now. Look at Alicia, 3 wide bottom on the exit of 2. Everybody gets through that corner safe and sound. And they're going to rock it into turns 3 and 4. Seeing full speed ahead. RPMs all the way up. The make it or break it corner will be turns 1 and 2. How can you navigate that tight exit? There's the difference. And look at Jacob Alicia looking to the outside of Eric Gonzalez. Alicia, pedal to the metal.
Yeah, I'm wondering if these 2 tire guys, I wonder if that's what this is. These guys were 2nd and 4th or 2nd and 3rd on the restart, and they've fallen back to 7th and 8th, now 9th for Matthew Leggett.
Side by side through turns 1 and 2. I said this is the make it or break it corner. We've seen Eric really loose off. Alicia right to his tail. And I think this might be the corner Alicia could get it done. Every single car on this track pushing as hard as they can. I mean, we look back here towards the top 10. Legat and Doug side by side. Doug, what a rebound he's had. Nans, John Shanebuckler, Michael Alfaro, Davion Haskins inside the top 15 with Gordon Spain. That's a big deal for Davion. And now Jacob Alicia will clear Eric Gonzalez. Greg Jodiet looks to capitalize. But Aiden Gould has still not gained on Pop-Tart Pete. Pete Tart begins to check out. Gets that gap back to 1 second. Alicia to the inside of Gould.
Seems like Tart might have been saving. Now he's pushing.
With these guys side by side, they're going to slow each other down. And as Alicia clears Gould off of turn 4 into the second position, Pop-Tart Pete will see the white flag. 1 lap to go for Pete Tart. 17 years old out of California. So close to a win multiple times last season.
This one's for Grandma.
This one's for Grandma. This one's for Mama. Pete Tart down the backstretch. No caution could come out. No caution could screw him over. Clean track ahead. No lap cars in his way. Through turns 3 and 4, we didn't have him on top of our power rankings. Nobody was eyeballing him. But as he rounds turn 4, he's on everybody's radar now. Pop-Tart Pete and the 54 will go to victory lane. The Buckeye 188 supremacy is his.
Finally.
LGR1.
God, finally.
Adam on me. Yeah, I mean, practice pays off, I guess.
Yeah, great guys, thank you.
Yeah, I rode the Dente straight to victory lane. Too bad he can't get a Presidente.
Burnouts with the team.
There.
Team owner, Aiden Gould, the leader of Flipper Win Motorsport on that side of Leggett Gould Racing. Let's go ahead and get Pop-Tart Pete up and into the booth. Pete Tart, this is Noah in the booth. You got a copy, buddy.
I got a copy, Noah.
Pete Tart, you win the first race of the season as your teammates celebrate with you on the front stretch. Talk about it, buddy. Did you think you had it in the bag when you took the lead from Jodiet at lap 13? When did it start to feel real for you?
It started to feel real, I think, when that caution came out. We were about 2 laps short on fuel. We really needed a yellow. And I knew that we had an extra set of tires on some of the guys that had pitted earlier, and the caution fell in our favor, and we were able to capitalize.
All right, Pete. Well, you pick up the first win of the season. You're leading the points now as we go into Iowa. Does your goals and your mindset shift going throughout the season, or what's going through your mind and how you're going to pace yourself for 13 weeks of points-paying races?
Well, I'm happy I could cross off the first career win early as I could in this season. And I think just the sky's the limit.
Alrighty, Pop-Tart
Pete, that was
Pete.
a great race, man. You were up front for most of that race. I'm gonna be honest, didn't think you had it in you, but you got it done. So I want to talk about some of these guys, most of these guys, outside of yourself, were getting squirrely there on the tight turn 2 coming out. How did you combat that? How did you know? How did you know where your tires were? How did you know how to win this race?
I think just lots of practice on the long run and experimenting with own things outside of race day helped me be more prepared for when the long runs came.
Alrighty, Pop-Tart
Fantastic,
Pete. Thank you so much, buddy. Congratulations. Douglas Henry's dad said, good job, Pete. Nice, clean racing. Congratulations on the dub, buddy. We're going to send you down. I'll talk to you later tonight.
This one's for Grandma, Pete.
Thank you. Yeah, for Grandma.
Oh, my gosh. We'll send Pete down, and let's go ahead and talk to the man who finished P2, won this race a season ago, Jacob Alicia. Jacob, no in the booth. You got a copy?
You know, what's going on?
Well, trying to figure out where your car is, but you finished P2. What were you missing to go up there? And we know we didn't see you qualify up front like we saw in Season 2. We didn't see you battling for the lead. every tire cycle like we saw in season 2, but we saw you drive your way from that rear end, especially after that accident, all the way into the top 3, into second. What did it take to overcome that adversity and get to where you finished tonight?
Apologies about the car. I got too excited about wanting to get the tires checked, so I ran into the garage real quick. My apologies. Um, I mean, just overdriving, or not overdriving, but overcoming the competitors out there. I think this is one of my best drives of all PAL time. And
Whoa.
I know it's not a win,
I
but like
agree.
I was all the way in the back. I was able to keep things clean. I was gaining on Pete in that last run and I was passing people the whole time. I mean, if I had 5 more laps, maybe 10, I would have
5
had it.
more.
But that's not how racing works, unfortunately. So good for Pete. I told the world that he was going to win a couple races this season. I'm glad he's going to get those out of the way early.
Well, we go
Yeah,
into
Jacob,
Iowa next week, Jacob. Where do you think you're going to finish there? Sorry, Zippy.
Well, Iowa and I have a bit of a dramatic history. I'd like to just get out of there alive more than anything. So if I'm in the top 5, I'm gonna be so excited. And just yeah, really, I'm not looking to win there, but we'll see how the speed is. I wasn't expecting this much speed out of Michigan, so we'll see.
Zippy?
Right, Mr. Alicia, we heard it from the winner, Pete Tart. Practice, practice, practice. That's all you can do going into Iowa. I do want to touch on, and you touched on it a little bit. You were in the back. You went in the lap. I couldn't tell you which, 17, somewhere around there. Uh, you were in the back. You got into a wreck. You stayed in for damage. Then you went in again to top off your fuel. This was something that me and Noah touched on. Can you explain your thinking there and maybe, steer us in the direction of how you got all the way back up front?
Well, Eric and I had a bit of a coming together in the first stint, and I brushed the wall, and it gave me some wheel damage. The right front was kind of towed out a little bit, and it was really hurting the car. And then I was able to catch a caution. I was able to get the car fully fixed all the way back up, and I was all the way in the back. And there was another caution right after that. I was still in the back, and I figured I looked at the lap count, and there was like 62 laps left in the race, and you can get 30 or 31 laps out of a full tank. So I thought if I pit and I top off now, I've only run a few laps on these tires. I can run a whole stint, and then I can one stop this thing if it goes green the whole way. And it was looking like the absolute best call of the year, but unfortunately there was that late caution there that threw my strategy out the window, and it turned into a free for all at the end.
Paid off. It paid off. Thank you for the interview, and we'll look to see you up front for the rest of the season.
All right, thanks guys.
Then Alicia back down. We'll grab the man that finished P3 as he's driving backwards around Michigan Speedway. Aiden Gould, this is Noah and Zippy in the booth. We see you driving backwards right now on the track. Congratulations on the top 3. What were you missing to run down Pete Tart there?
Tires. Yeah, after the caution came out, I think it was like 15 ago or something like that. So I was kind of like saving a little bit of tires at the beginning, thinking, hey, I might save my stuff here, get ready for Pete. And then apparently it just, I don't know, I just burned my tires off, and Pete drove away, and at least he was able to get second. But still, it was overall a good day for Flipper One, that's for sure.
Alrighty, Aiden, when we set our sights on Iowa, and then the first Crown Jewel race, the Baby Car 225 at Charlotte, you have guys on your team that are fast at both of those tracks. Are we going to see Flipper wins, sweep these first 3 races?
Hopefully, that would be nice. But I know there's a lot of other good teams and other good drivers that can definitely capitalize at those tracks.
Right. Mr. Gould, you talked about teams. I want to talk about alliances.
Okay.
JGR coming out, getting the first win of the
LGR.
season. LGR, so sorry. LGR coming out, getting the first win of the season here. WBR's got a good percentage of the track, and you still were able to come in on top. How?
Just, I don't know. I mean, I felt like we weren't going to do good. We were actually going to be screwed. And then I got already asked the question that Noah was probably going to ask before. What happened between you and Eric? Apparently, Eric got loose in front of me. I just got into him a little bit, and that caused a caution. So I thought for sure that we were screwed there before. I thought, I don't know who was the leader at the time. It was probably going to be Alicia. So yeah, but WBR, LGR, we're both, both got talented drivers, both got talented team owners. So I don't know. It's just gonna be a dogfight for 13 more weeks.
Congratulations, Aiden. We're going to send you down. We'll get on the podcast together tomorrow for our next episode. Maybe we'll even try to get Pete Tart in the booth, if not Zippy as well. Thank you so much for helping us here in Player Advancement League's iRacing series, and I will see you later tonight, bud.
Yes, sir, man.
Well, Zippy, that was that. That's the Buckeye Supremacy 188. Michigan, race 1.
Yeah.
One hectic battle for the lead. We saw 3 wide, 4 wide in the pack, a couple of cautions. Maybe that shouldn't have, maybe they should have happened. Well, we look forward to next week at Iowa. Same time, same place, the Corn Hub 188. Check out all the links wherever you can find our plugs for Madewell Vintage, as well as Eckhart Coffee and our merchandise. Get hooked up on some epic merch, homebrew Texas-made coffee, and some vintage NASCAR and other sports memorabilia. My name is Noah Longyear, up here in the booth. Thomas Zippy Madewell. We'll see y'all next week.
Sir.
Have a good night.
Thanks for watching.